Darren Caldwell, Bellator bantamweight champion, weighing in right now. First one to hit the scales.
Darren, sorry, can you stand? One moment.
134.6 for Darren Caldwell. Hello everyone, by the way, this is MMA Fighting. Bellator 222 weigh-in show. 127.8 for Miss Turner. By the way, her bout with Heather Hardy is going to be a catchweight.
Still, please. 164.6.
On weight, we got Heather Hardy weighing in for her catchweight bout
About 9, red corner.
with Taylor Turner.
127.8.
127.8 for Heather Hardy.
It's a 128 catchweight.
On weight for her 128-pound catchweight bout. That will go down tomorrow, Friday, here in New York City. Now up next we got Max Humphrey, who will be taking on Dylan Dantas in the main card of Bellator 222.
About 16, blue corner.
That is also a catchweight bout.
174.4.
And Max weighs in at 174.4. So I asked Dylan Dantas why they are fighting at a catchweight of 175 pounds and not 170. Turns out, apparently that's the Dylan Dantas weight. He made his own weight class because people have to come to him. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Even.
178.
Chael Sonnen.
All right. Chael Sonnen is up now.
205.6.
205.6 for the American Gangster. The man with the biggest biceps in MMA. He told me he's still the main event of Bellator 222. Neiman Gracie versus Rory Macdonald is just an extra fight that will go after his. But don't get it mistaken. He is the main event of this card.
136 even.
136 even for Ricky Bandejas. Up next is Sebastian Ruiz, who will be taking Mike Kimball.
Brandon Medina. About 12, red corner.
Remind me, it's Brandon Medina.
124.8.
124.8 for Brandon Medina. He'll be taking on another Brandon, actually, on the card. It is Brandon Polker.
Sebastian Ruiz.
Now it's Sebastian Ruiz. He'll be taking on Mike Kimball.
135.6.
135.6 for Sebastian Ruiz.
Adam Boric.
Adam Boric. He'll be taking on Aaron Pico. He's undefeated, 12-0, very dangerous fighter, and taking on one of the best prospects in the game, Aaron Pico. That is a a hyped up Adam Boris. $185.4 for Michael Wilcox. And these Bellator 222 weigh-ins are flying by. And it looks like we got a line of fighters waiting behind the black curtain. Up now is Robson Gracie.
Robson Gracie Jr. $168.6 for Robson Gracie. He makes the welterweight limit as he looks to take on Oscar Vera. Just his second professional fight. Mike Kimball.
Mike Kimball's up now. Looking to make the bantamweight limit. And here comes the towel. First time the officials need the towel for this weigh-in here at Bellator 222 in New York City. Mike Kimball will be attempting to make the bantamweight limit. No towel get here, no touching of the towel.
136.6. Even.
146 even for John Beneducci. He makes the featherweight limit. Is this the smallest towel we've ever seen at weigh-ins, maybe?
Really small towel.
Yeah. Esther's been to her fair share of weigh-ins, so.
Oh, man.
Eduardo Dantas is weighing in now. Former Bellator champion.
145.6.
He weighs in at 145.6, making the featherweight limit. I believe this is his first featherweight fight in his career. Yes, it's his first move from bantamweight to 145. 10 pounds. Let's see if he can switch his career around with this new weight class. Marcus Surin weighed in at 155.6. (22 and 22 in his professional mixed martial arts career.
76 even.
And he weighs in at 176 even. So a 500 fighter. And look at that, he's sporting the Brazil jersey with the number 9. Since Copa America is starting this weekend, Brazil is obviously a heavy favorite. Good luck to Brazil, but we all know Colombia's gonna win this year.
Patrick Mix. Corner, about 15. Step on that. 135.6. Good job.
$135.6 for Patrick Mix, undefeated fighter, 10-0, taking on Ricky Bandejas. That fight is now official. It's a nice little bantamweight scrap right there. Two very promising prospects. Ricky Bandejas, you might remember his incredible head kick knockout of James Gallagher. Now is Miami's own Valerie Loretta.
125 even.
125 even for Valerie Loretta. Championship weight.
About 6.
Valerie Loretta obviously taking on Larkin Dash.
Face up. 11.2.
Reina Kubota weighs in at 111.2. This will be her first fight on U.S. soil. She takes on Lindsay Van Zandt, a 5-1 fighter. Talking to Reina yesterday, she says she plans on winning the U.S. fans over with her striking because she knows Americans are into the striking. If you haven't looked at her highlights, her kickboxing highlights, go to YouTube after this weigh-in show and make sure to check that out. Quite impressive, I may say.
Sir. 163.8. Good job. Brandon Polkar, about 12 blue. 126 even.
All right, Brandon Polkar, 126 even. Steps on the scale.
154 even.
154 even. Look at that. Championship weight. Very impressive. 154 even. And up next is Lyoto Machida, who will be fighting in the co-main event of Bellator 222. Do not tell Chael Sonnen I said that. And look, weighing in with shorts and everything. Former UFC light heavyweight champion. That is 204.4 for the Brazilian legend. Here comes Aaron Pico, one of Bellator's top prospects. 145.4 for Aaron Pico, who recently moved to Jackson Wing. Very interesting change in camp. He was training in Oscar Vera.
168.8.
168.8 for Oscar Vera. He'll be taking on Robson Gracie. Rory Macdonald is up now, stepping on the scale. Bellator welterweight champion.
169.4.
169.4. Look at that, just under the 170-pound limit. He'll be taking on Neiman Gracie. He hopes to defend his Bellator welterweight title as part of the Bellator welterweight Grand Prix semi-final. The winner here will be taking on Douglas Lima. And will also be champion, obviously. Keep in mind that the belt is on the line. Kyoji Horiguchi, former UFC flyweight contender, current rising bantamweight champion, weighing in right now. 134.4 for the Japanese superstar. He'll be challenging Darren Caldwell, fighting in a cage better than in a ring. So, probably common misconception there among fans.
125.8.
125.8 for Larkin Dash. She makes the flyweight limit in her bout with Dylan Dantas, Little Cheetah, Chael Sonnen,
Neiman Gracie.
Rory Macdonald. All up on MMAfighting.com. All right, right now we got challenger Neiman Gracie stepping on the scale, rocking the towel. He'll be fighting in the main event of the card against Rory Macdonald. The commissioners pulling up the very, very small towel. Neiman Gracie stepping on the scale for his 10th professional fight.
169.8.
169.8 for the Brazilian, for the Renzo Gracie product. He will be taking on
Switch towels.
Rory Macdonald in the main event of Bellator 222 for the welterweight title against Max Humphrey. He takes on Max Humphrey in the main card. Looks like they might bring the towel. Oh, it looks like Neiman Gracie gave the towel back. Very small towel.
Tiny towel.
Still a tiny towel, yep. That has not changed.
175 even.
175 even for Dylan Dantas. So his main card bout with Max Humphrey is now official. For those who doubted him, here he is, made weight, 175 even for his catchweight bout with Max Humphrey. He will be weighing in because he will serve as a potential replacement if anything were to happen to Neiman Gracie or Rory Macdonald. So here comes the former WSOF champion, the former UFC title challenger, John Fitch. 169.2 for the veteran. He just said a real champ. In many people's eyes, he defeated Rory. Phil Haas will be attempting to make 185 middleweight. That is a very small towel. Phil Haas would be taking on Michael Wilcox in a middleweight bout. Casey asks for the higher towel.
186 even.
Shouts out to our cameraman, Casey, for asking the commission to pull up the towel a little higher. Seems there was some interesting sight there. Ana Chuleta is stepping on the scale at this very moment. Spammers, you will live for a couple more seconds.